Savior is asking, guys, it is not just for me, it is for everybody. Okay? Savior is going to display his code out there and we are going to try to sort it out. Okay, so the question says that from the following table, write a query to return all the rows, from the sales order header table and calculate the percentage on tax on the subtotal of tax on the subtotal. I've decided what the hell is that? Return sales order. Arrange the result set in ascending order. Okay, what is wrong with this? So this is a calculation he's asking, right? So what's wrong with the calculation?
Okay, let me say I go here, for example.
By the way, did you guys know that there's also an answer? There's also answer in this thing that you're doing.
Yes, but let me see.
Okay,
I gotta do like this and then just remove the ones I don't want. Just select the ones I want first, and it says here tax return sales order ID, customer ID, order date. Sales order ID. Customer ID. So the customer ID order date.
Why do you have all of? Okay. Sonia, you've not been coming to class. That's why you didn't see this. I sent it to the group chat last week. You should see it there. All of these questions are there. If you look at the group chat again, it is there.
Savior,
what's
going on?
20.
I'm trying to like the ones like solve this thing.
Let just remove all these things on your
Savior, it's only 5 columns they told us to return.
Yes, I know.
Just remove everything. Let us do it like afresh.
Okay. Let him do whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
I want to see what he has done wrong.
Oh, okay.
I want him to figure out what mistake he has made.
Oh, okay.
So if you guys, as you're looking at it, if you find anything is done wrong, don't shout out, please. Just you can message me privately. I want him to be able to figure out the problem.
Amount. Okay. Tax column. Tax on the subtotal return 2, 3, 4.
Sonia, have you seen the task? Please, just if you've seen it, just okay. Sorry, can you tag me in it? Okay. Right.
Well, how many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1. Let's skip that one now.
Sonia, your name is not my group. Are you data? Please unmute and talk to me. I can't find your name is not on the group list I have.
You hear me?
Hi, I can hear you now. Your name is not my group.
I think it was.
Sorry?
I think it was.
I can't hear you, honestly.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so can you tag me on the file because I can't find it in the group.
You're not in the group chat, is what I'm saying, so I can't tag you on it. You're not in the Telegram chat.
Is it not the DA guide?
What?
Isn't it 23J DA guide?
So no, yeah, DA, yeah.
Yeah, I'm there.
What's your name?
Sonia. Or probably Chamaka. Yeah, CHIAMAKA.
I can't find it, honestly. I can't. Okay, so I'll tell you what I can see here. I can. Okay,
What's your name?
Sorry, it's Chamaka.
Something is missing here. Oh, that's wrong.
It is Chiamaka. Okay.
Okay.
Can you please tag me to the task as well?
Hey, okay, I'll just resend it then.
Thank you.
It's all there in the group. Okay. So, okay.
Return, arrange the result in ascending order, subtotal. It's also an table and your data will then come back, calculate the percentage of tax on the subtotal have decided.
Are you sure you've done this before? You're just using us to do it now.
No, I did it the other time. Like, I'm just trying to run my head up. The sales order table, database, calculate this order.
So are we supposed to download these files?
Ayo.
Hello?
Sorry, Sonia, what did you say?
Are we supposed to download all these files?
No, you can just you've got the link. You can just go through the questions. It's convenient. You don't need to download them. If you want, you can download them. It won't hurt. But it's something you can just have a look at. So last week when the question was oh what should we practice on and stuff, I left that there. So just for you to practice and try your hands on stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. We're waiting for you. So these sabbatical that Blue Sky has gone, how many weeks is it for, please?
Just this weekend.
It's just one weekend.
Just this weekend. It's like you want to go and live like this. So
Me too. I want to. I didn't know. I was even thinking, when is holiday going to be? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but today we're going to be looking at joins. We're going to be joining tables together.
And before that, I want to ask some questions.
Okay, what's your question?
Regarding all these things like roll up, cube, and that's using group by roll up. Like what I noticed, like when he does like addition, like he's doing like a subtotal for every, I don't know, for every.
You've been watching YouTube videos, haven't you?
Hey, we give us tasks to do now, so I have to like even the question 9, he has joined in it.
Okay, I told you if it's the join one, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
So the roll up you're talking about, guys. See, these are. I wouldn't worry too much about these for now. Now, don't get me wrong. I have hardly used roll up in any, and I've written hundreds or thousands of queries now. I've hardly come by roll up. Okay. Now, like I said, so sometimes you write query and you can decide to show off your skills and all that. Whatever video you've checked.
No, it was true. It was one of the tasks now that asked us to do roll up. It's not like I planned to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to the tasks, you see them like even group by cube and things like that.
Okay. Now I've like I was saying, I've not had to use them in any of the query that I have used properly in my own work experience. Now, not that if there is a need to use it, you can't use it. But remember that if we have to go through everything that you need to, we can't even cover it in 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you know how to do roll up and cube and stuff, that's great. I want you to learn the context in which you can use it. Well, I'm very sure if you watch videos, they'll tell you there are other ways to get to the same result. Like I said, if you tell 10 people to write a code to solve a problem, right, they are not going to do it the same way.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to say. Don't get hung up on that. If you go ahead and go and learn it on your own, that's fantastic. If you don't know it, you won't miss anything. But if you have to do a task that needs it and you Google it up and you can use it, why not? Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Do you still have more questions?
It's over, yeah. So, like here now, you see, I'm trying to do the percentage.
Okay.
See, so and it says here that if I should do this as tax percent according to the question. Okay, so I'm going to be alias tax percent.
Okay.
So now order by subtotal, was that ascending?
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. I think if that's your query, I think I know what the problem is. I don't know if anybody else can see it yet. Go back to your query. Take out all the lines with the green ones. We don't need it. So just the ones we don't. No.
Okay, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
The green ones. Just take them out. The green ones. Yep. Take them out. So that we can see everything in one go. And wait, don't tell him what he's going to figure out himself, man. And if this is the reason, if what I'm thinking is the reason, then that means you're not listening, because I talked about this last week. And the last one at the top, the green one. Okay. Now we don't need the top 1,000 because this is not. It doesn't say we should bring the top 1,000. Okay. So fantastic. So this is your query, right? Now I want you to look at this properly and tell me what do you think the problem might be. Does it look right to you? Line by line.
No, that's the thing.
Does it look right?
No.
Okay, does it?
I think I have to put commas and stuff.
Nobody should talk anything. Guys, leave him alone. Jeez. Okay, why do you think it doesn't look right? What part does not look right to you?
From tax order, here, what the formation I use here, the formula I use here.
Okay. So that's one of the problem. Now, is that supposed to return a column?
Let me see. Let me read that question.
I want you to look at your query properly. So that's one of the problems I've seen. Okay, there are two problems here that I've seen. The first one is quite obvious. Read your statement again, please. Let no one. I want him to figure it out himself. This is
from the following data.
You've gone off the screen. You've gone off the query screen. Forget about this now. Forget about this one.
Okay.
The issue is actually on here. We can also, a lot of people can see it already. Now go through your select statements again, all the way from 1 to 7, and tell me what you can see. What may be right, what may be wrong.
Here as well. Let's see.
Where? Okay. Do me a favor. Select from line 6 all the way to the top and run your code. From right, yeah, all the way to the top. No, not line 7. Yeah. It ran. Okay. Select from line 7 and run your code. What's the problem?
So level 15, state 1, line 7. That code, that the syntax there.
Yeah, what's wrong with line 7?
It's trying to say that this thing I put here, like a divide, shouldn't be there.
It has nothing to do with divide.
Wait, hold on. Incorrect syntax near this. Completion time, message.
Okay, so if you were to write a select statement, yeah, how would you write it? Forget about what's on the screen now. What's the order?
Well, select and then under from.
Select. Did you say that again?
Select. I said, and
all the columns you want.
Yes, and then from From which table? Like, is it AdventureWorks.sales or product or?
Fantastic. Now, with what you've said, I want you to look back at what you've written.
From AdventureWorks.
You've answered your question now. Look back at what you've written.
Select sales order ID. Oh. Wait.
Is line 7 supposed to be a column?
Let me see. Line 7 shouldn't be column.
Okay, let me make it easier. I saw the first problem for you and you solved the second problem. Why are you, so you're selecting some columns from a table and that's the order. I want to select, and everything I want to select will be written first before I write the from. How come your calculation is outside of the from? Where are you selecting it from?
Yeah.
You've selected the sales order from AdventureWorks. You've selected the order date from that table. You've selected customer ID, subtotal, tax amount from that table. Then after that, you've now gone back to line 7 to write another column.
I know what it is now. The reason being because from, it can't actually, it's like saying I'm trying to take something from something, but go under it to take it, which is not possible.
It's not possible. So you need to take it. Any calculation you have to do will be still inside another column. Yeah. So that's, yep. Okay. Now you've created 2 more problems there.
Yeah.
Should order by be before from? Okay. Now the last problem. This is not going to run because of there's still an error on line 7 that you need to fix. In fact, 2 now, because you've not put a comma there. There's supposed to be a comma to start it with.
Now I have a question.
And then something else. Yeah.
So whenever you put a bracket like this, you have to put a comma before that as well.
Every column is separated by a comma. So you're presenting your results in a column. You have to separate the columns by bracket with commas. Okay. So the last thing here is what? If you run it quickly, execute it. What's the problem here?
Line 7. I'm going to that's not the keyword. %. Keyword. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it doesn't tolerate space.
Thank you very much. Okay, and now you can run, or you put an underscore there.
Yeah.
You don't need to select everything, just execute it. It's going to run. So look at what you've done now. Okay, what you've done before was you were looking for tax %. Tax %, you're using tax amount. Where are you going to find tax amount is inside AdventureWorks. Where are you going to find subtotal is still inside AdventureWorks. So you can't go and take it. You can't go and write a column after you've told it from where to get other columns. It doesn't work like that. So every calculation you will do, any manipulation you will do, it still has to be from that table.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Yes. So
fantastic.
Yeah, I just because I think now everything is just a bit clear to me now because from the onset I shouldn't have even put it beneath from.
Yes, you should not have done that.
And I swear the comma. Now I get it. And now I just get it. So Ayo.
Yes.
See, getting to know this, like it actually helps me understand based on this kind of calculation stuff like this.
Yes.
For that one, because I can remember what you said the other time that you don't have to keep teaching us every week this, but you have to practice on our own, get used to it. Even though we make mistake, it's fine. At least we learn from that mistake.
If you don't make mistakes, you're never going to learn. That's the truth about learning. I'm happy you make mistakes, and this is why I don't want to teach people their mistake. If I just give you the answers, you'll make that mistake again at some point. You won't understand the basics. You won't understand the reason why you've done what you've done. But hopefully now you've learned something that nothing goes under the from. So after your from, you're having a where clause, a group by, or having, or order by, whatever. That's all you have there, depending on the kind of query that you're writing. But everything you're selecting will be from inside that table, and that's what you do there. Okay?
Yeah.
Happy?
I'm happy, yeah. Thank you very much. Let me stop sharing now.
Cool.
And I wouldn't lie, because I took my time to go through everything you've taught in the previous class. I watched the videos to all do these things. Well, it's straightforward. However, I would actually watch the videos later to like follow up on this you're teaching now. If I'm hooked up, I will just maybe call right at your DG or AC. Is that fine?
You can call people, but please don't let them. And guys,
don't let them serve it for you.
It's very easy for you to say, oh, okay, me, I know this one. I'm just going to tell the person. You can help someone get through a problem, but you're not helping them. Again, the reason why I say this is because outside there that you're going to is a very brutal place. They don't care. If you make mistakes, well, I don't know. Some people have grace, some people are very lucky. Some people are, for me, my experience, either you're good or they don't respect you. Okay. And if they don't respect you, they start talking shit about you behind your back. And once that starts happening, if there's a need to fire somebody, your name will be in the hat very quickly. Anyway, Ayo, whoever is going to help, I would rather you guys all sat together and just talked about it. What could be wrong here? What should you do here? Did you remember this? Blah, 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 blah. And then get that knowledge, understand that thingy yourself. That would be great. That would actually be fantastic. Rather than someone just teaching you, talking you through it. It won't make any sense. Okay. So,
Ayo, before you continue, sorry to interrupt you. I would actually take it from here. If you don't mind, I'll watch this video later on, because I'm heading off for work at my place.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Okay. So today we're looking at joins. And remember when we started this course, I did say a few things. I said we're working with relational databases. And what does that mean, relational? It means there's a relationship between tables. If you guys remember, I did explain a bit why that would happen, so I've got orders coming in. There's a table for orders and the order details. I've got a table for customers. I've got for country, city, continent, blah, 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 blah. I've got for shippers, suppliers, returned orders. And if you look at AdventureWorks, they've even arranged their own thingy, even in a very nice way, nice schema and nice table arrangement. So if you're looking for anything, human resources, persons, production, sales, you've got all of that properly arranged. Now, why do we have all of this? And the reason is simply, remember I said to you, just think about it. There are 10 of you living on a street, and on your corner shop, you've got a Tesco Express or Tesco, whatever it is. And then every time you go there, so you go there, you buy biscuits, bread, and butter, and they write your name. Savior, number 1, biscuits, Savior. Number 2, Savior, biscuit, bread. Number 3, Savior, butter. And then 10 other people from the whole city come, they buy 5 items and they're repeating their names like that. And then you come back in the afternoon, you buy 4 items again, and they say number 14, Savior, number 15, Savior, and so on and so forth. All of that creates redundancy. It creates a lot of opportunity for duplicates. It creates a lot of chaos in the table, and it takes up a lot of space. So in a month, let's say you go to the store 3 times a day and you buy 10 items each. So in a day, your name appears 30 times. In a month, your name appears 900 times, and they have to save your name 900 times. Just imagine that. Meanwhile, the 10 other people on your street, they do the same thing too. So everybody has 900 times. So just imagine that you've got over 9,000 names for no reason. Okay. So normalization is the process. And I've said to you guys before, you need to go and read up on normalization. These are the theoretical part of stuff that we are doing. Normalization is a process whereby tables are split and there should be relationships between the tables. Okay, now now that the tables have been split, I now need to build a full picture of something. If he has come to our store, he's bought 10 items, we've stored his name on a name table, we've stored our product in a product table. How do we then join together to know everything that Xavier has bought today? And this is where join comes in. We're working with relational databases, means there's relationship between the tables. We now need to connect the tables together to build a full picture of the data we are looking at. I did say something to you last time. You guys are already working on Excel. You're already working on Tableau. I don't know about Power BI. For the number of weeks that you guys have gone, I'm sure you guys must have made progress. I see some of the comments that you make in the group chat on Tableau and stuff. If you can write join successfully, honestly, I can tell you to go and start looking for a job as a business intelligence analyst. Okay, if you can write the Tableau queries, if you can do Tableau, you can write a query where you can use a join. Okay, I'm not saying that you're already 100% there, no, but you won't be far away. You need to, next week we're going to be doing stuff like CT, subqueries, and start procedure, all of that stuff, which then complete it. But for now, if you can do a join, I would say, yeah, we're 70% over the line. Okay, so join is a process where we join two tables together. Join is a process where we connect two tables together. Why? Because some information are stored here, some information is stored there, and we need to bring them together. It's just like a car assembly. If you go to where they are assembling cars, right? Okay, it's just that it's robots that do it. Let's think about it with our own manual mind, apart from robots. The tires will be stored in a particular place. The chassis will be stored in a particular place. Engines will be stored in a particular place. The 4 doors will be stored. In fact, door on the driver's side door will be stored in a particular stack. Okay, now it is now time to build one car. Yeah, I need to be able to bring the door, and it needs to connect into the frame. And the bonnet needs to connect into its frame. The engine needs to connect into the area. Okay, and everything. So normalization is the process where we pieces the car into different components. Join is the process where we bring it together back into a car. Okay, please don't go and quote me anywhere. That is just a layman's interpretation. That's me trying to explain to you what we're actually doing with a join. Don't go and say my car manufacturing business in the interview. Okay. Joins. I think with that, I don't need to define join again. You can go and look at the proper definition online. But basically, a join is just to connect tables together. The types of joins that we have the left join. We have the right join. We have the inner join. We have the outer join. Excuse me. Inner join and the outer join. Okay, I'll stop here. There are other joins for your information. There's the cross join. Again, you hardly use it depending on what you'll be doing. There is the equi join. There is the self join, where you join the table to itself. Okay, and these are the type of joins that you have. Let me. I'm going to try to describe this in a way. One, two, three. Okay. Well, allow me to join the call on my phone so I can draw a few things out for you. I'm not even sure. Okay. Everyone, most of us have done like set theory in school. Set. If not everyone, most of us must have done set theory. And joins look a bit like set theory, which I'll try to explain. First of all, we'll look at it diagrammatically, and then we'll take it into the code part. So join this meeting. What's the meeting code now? Please bear with me. Invite. Oh. Please bear with me. That just says 892 586 2724. 892 5869 2724. Please bear with me. 8925 869 2724.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So okay. So I'm doing this because I need to write on my paper. Please bear with me. I do have something that I write on directly, but I've not connected it. Okay, so let us do a left join first of all. Left join. The kids have taken my pen away from here again. These children. Okay, if a left join is, you have a table with data on this side. This is not looking great, but please bear with me. You have data number 1, 2, 3, 4. Danielle? Can I have my pen, please? I need a pen. Okay, so there's two tables I want to join. Maybe because one of them has got sales information and the other one has got the name information. We want to connect them together. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a pen, please.
Take.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's say this is name. This is age.
We
This
can't
is-
see the video you're showing before. I think the video is off.
Can you not see it?
No.
It's showing on my own screen.
Yeah. We are not seeing it though. I'm not seeing it though.
We
I think
can't see.
it's the way you are. You know you are sharing. Are you sharing the? You know you are sharing your screen. So it's what you are sharing that is showing. So what I think you first stop sharing and you now give your phone at me or something to share your phone.
Can you see it now?
It's showing now, yeah. It's showing now.
How do I select it? I can't see it though.
It's showing now. You are showing us number 5 now, right? You can see 5 there. Though the camera is not well placed because
Yeah, now we can see it.
Why is it not turning into thinking? Okay. So
okay,
why is it okay? Whatever. We'll just try like that. So okay, so this is a name table, right? This is a name table, and this one here is a, let's say, order table. Bicycle, product table, bicycle, let's say this is food, biscuit, this one is ice cream, whatever, this one is football, and this one is tennis ball. Okay, so this is John, this is Easy, this is Zach, and this is Jack. Okay, now the first join we're going to treat, which is a left join. A left join is going to bring all the items on this table. Yeah, this is the left table. And then it's going to bring only connecting items from this table. What does that mean? It will bring everything here, including whatever is connecting them. That's a left join.
So just so I'm clear, what is bringing is the number.
So let's say
and
I'm joining. If I'm joining, okay, let's say this is number. Let's say this is number 6, 8, and 9. Yeah, 1, 2. So this is going to first bring everything here. It's going to bring 1, John. Yeah, it's going to bring 2, Easy. It's going to bring 3, Zach. It's going to bring 4, Jack. Yeah. Then it's going to go and connect and say, oh, there's a number 1 here. There's also a number 1 here. That means that they connect. So it's going to bring 1 bicycle here.
Sorry, can you lift your camera up a little bit because I'm only seeing. Yes, that's better.
Yeah. Okay. It then goes here to say, oh, I've brought everything here from table 1 on the left. Let me now go and compare. What do I have on level table 1 that's also in table 2? It goes to number 2 and it finds here, oh, there's a number 2 here. That's fine. I'm going to bring in that data, biscuit. Then it goes number 3. Can I find number 3 here? No. It just brings a null here, nothing. It comes here. Number 4, can I find the 4 here? No, null. And that's it. That's a left join. I'm going to say that again. A left join is going to return all the data from the table on the left and then compare what is got on the left with what is got on the right. If there are matching records, it brings them in. If there are no matching records, it returns a null. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. So
Yeah.
now I understand this concept, yeah. But what I was going to ask is, you know, that number 1 to 4, it probably has a metadata that is like that's the field name, right?
So let's call this student ID.
Okay,
And this one too is student ID.
okay. So now it's comparing student ID that okay, I have both student ID.
I like the question you're asking. There's always something to compare on. And as we have said it on, as we've said with something to compare on, that's the same word we're going to be using when we start writing the code. I'll hold that thought for now. Thank you for asking that question. Perhaps I should have started with an inner join. So let's shelve this and go to inner join. Inner join. An inner join just goes to the two tables and says, hang on, inner join, I'm just going to bring any item that is common between the two of them and exclude everything else. So it looks here, there's one here, there is one here, fantastic. I'm going to bring one bicycle John. It brings this first record. Then it goes here, number 2. It can find number 2 here as well. It brings it in. Number 2, I've got easy and I've got bike. Then it goes here, number 3, no matching record, nope. Number 4, no matching record, nope, and that's it. So an inner join, in this case, will only bring 2 records. Yeah?
Yeah.
Whereas a left join doesn't matter. If there are 10,000 records on the left table, it brings them in first. After that, it then starts comparing what's common in the middle.
Write it out. Okay.
1 is common to 1, it brings the rest of the data. 2 is common to 2, it brings the rest of the data. 3, no, it says null. 4, no, it says null, nothing else. Okay, the next one is a right join. A right join, I don't normally waste my time on this because it is the same thing as a left join flipped over. Okay, it's just like this and this. I'll bring everything on the right table and anything that is common in between. So first of all, a right join, as you can see, there are 2 tables here at the top. This is the one on the left. This is the one on the right. Yep. So a right join is going to first go and bring in all of this data. 1, 2, 6, 8, 9. And then it starts comparing. Oh, I've got 1 and 1 here. I bring the data in. I've got 2 and 2 here. I bring the rest of the data in. Oh, 6 is not here.
So going back to the first John, are you saying so basically look at the 2 tables, so we do the comparison. So say for example we've got John and John, so they're both on 1. So we bring it, is it onto the left side or not? I'm not too sure with the first explanation.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Okay, so remember that this is you. This is okay. So this is just a theoretical explanation, right? We're going to have to go and write the code in the code way. This is just for us to understand what we are doing.
Okay.
When we're writing the code. So I'll start all over again. I've got 2 tables. Table number 1 contains the student ID and their names. So student ID number 1 is John. Student ID number 2 is Zach. Student ID number is Easy. Student number 4 is Mel. Student number 5 is Lauren. Then we now have the subject table. The subject the students are going to be doing. So student ID, student 1, student 1, student 2, student 3, student 7, student 9, student 11. Student 1 is doing maths, English, and physics. Student 2 is doing geography, chemistry, and bio. Student 4 is doing. Sorry, are you talking to me? Someone needs to be muted.
Sorry.
Talking to me.
Don't mind, let me mute my
Bio,
child. Sorry.
chem, and maths. Someone is reading medicine, pharmacy, and engineering, whatever. Someone is reading acting, social media influencer, and someone is reading Facebook, whatever. Someone is doing chemistry, physics, and English. Okay, so these are the subject tables. These are their names. Remember, we said due to normalization, we've split everything. Okay, now if I do an inner join, which is the first join I'm going to try now, inner join, what it does is it compares the two tables and only brings in matching records. For example, it goes here and it says there is one here, there is one here. So it goes, I'm going to return 1, John. John does maths, and it does English, and it does physics. So it brings everything here and everything here for you. Then it goes again, 2 matches, 2, there's Zach, he does geography, he does chemistry.
So is this pretty much just identify like an ID that like a unique ID for each of them?
You're a legend. Thank you for saying that. A unique ID. Something has got to connect them that we have to join them on. It's just like you're doing your VLOOKUP. When you're doing a VLOOKUP in Excel, there has to be something that is joining them together. Fantastic. Thank you. That's exactly what Ayodeji was saying as well earlier on, although he didn't use that word, but well done. And then it goes third one. There's 3 here, there's 3 here. It goes easy, it goes bio, it goes chem, and maths. Then it looks number 4. There's no 4 here. 5, no 5 here. Nothing else here, and that's it. This is all that an inner join will return. And that's it, done. Okay. Let's now do a left join. A left join, first of all, a left join will return everything on the left. Once it does that, then it starts looking for the ones that are matching. So first of all, I'm going to return everything on the left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got John, I've got Zach, I've got Izzy, I've got Mel, and I've got Lauren. Now, I've brought in everything on the left. After that, I'm going to go and find matching records. I've got 1 here, I've got 1 here, fantastic. There's maths, there's English, there's physics. I've got 2 here, there's 2 here, there's geography, there's chem, there's bio. I've got 3 on both sides, there's bio, there's chem, there's maths. Then it goes, I got 4 here. I can't find 4 here. So I've brought everything in here from the left. I can't find matching record from the right. I'm just going to drop a null here. Null, null. Empty, empty, empty. Null. That's it. Does that make any sense?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, the next one is a right join. As I was saying, I wouldn't waste my time too much on a right join because a right join does the opposite of a left join. It brings first everything on the right, and then which is 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 11. That's maths, that's English, and that's physics, that's geo, that's chem, that's biology. There's bio, there's chem, there's maths, there is med, there's physics, there's English, there is acting, there is Influencer. I hope there's an influencer course in uni now. People just become anyway. All right. Let me not annoy someone tonight. Okay. So it brings everything on the right, then it goes back to compare the left. It says, oh, there's John here, John. There is Zach here. There is Easy here. And then every other thing is a null, null, null. Now, you hardly see people write a right join. Why? So instead of writing a right join, I'm just going to shift this table and move it to the left and write a left join. Because a left join is just a right join transposed. A right join is just a left join transposed. So basically, it is the table you pick first, that is the one on the left. The one you pick next is the one on the right. So instead of writing a right join, I'll just say, you know what, I'll do a left join, and then this table, I start with this table, and I join this table to it. Got it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Can you say that again, what you just said, please?
Okay. So, you know, when I say left join, right? I started writing this left table first. And when I said the right join, I started writing the right table first. So instead of writing a right join, I might as well just move this table to the left and do a left join. So basically, people hardly write right join. It's just left join, depending on the one you call first. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
To me, no, sorry, because you said you were going to move the table on the right to the left and then to
Okay,
the
hold on. Ify, are you married?
Yes,
What's the name of your husband? Sorry.
Philip.
Ify marries Philip. Philip marries Ify. The first one is a left join. The second one is a left join. All right. Okay. Okay. Ify is the subject here, right? Ify marries Philip's left join. Philip marries Ify, right join. So I might as well move Ify's name to the first and retain my left join. Ify marries Philip. Okay, do you understand what I've just said?
I swear I don't even
Yes.
understand what's going on now. That's not a joke.
Okay. I
Oh,
like how you laugh to say you've understood it. But okay, I'm glad you understood it. So basically, this is Ify, this is Philip, right? The first time I said Ify marries Philip, because I said Ify first. Then I can say, you know, and this is a right join. So I can say here, if I want to say, I can say Ify is marrying Philip, or I can just bring Ify to this side and say Ify marries Philip. Okay, that's it. Okay, again, I use weird examples. Please ignore me. I know this is recorded. Please don't go and play this thing in a school and say, Ayo taught us this. They will laugh at you, because this is me just breaking things down as simple as, if you go to any other school, they won't teach you like this. Okay, they use keywords and all of that, which sometimes I think people can lose meaning of some things. But anyway, I'm glad you understand it. Let's go on. Okay. The last one is going to be a full join or a full outer join. A full outer join just brings everything together, and that's all there is to it. A full outer join is going to bring all of these together. So basically everything. It will first go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll bring John, we'll bring Zach, we'll bring Easy, we'll bring Mel, it will bring Lauren, right? And then it will try to join this guy here and says, oh, I can find John here: maths, English, physics, geography, chem, bio, chem, maths. Then it goes, oh, I can't find anything here for these ones. I can't find matching records. It puts a null here, null, 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 and then it goes on, and then it goes to bring everything here as well. So it comes back here and it says, hang on, we've not had 7, 9, and 11. I've had everything 1 to 5. So it goes here to bring 7, 9, and 11. And since this place is supposed to be the name column, it says, look, on the name column, we don't have a name for 7. So it brings a null here, a null here, a null here. But then it says, look, on the subject side, we have stuff for 7. So it goes to bring it M, P, E, and then A, I, F, and then C, F, E, and that's it. Okay, enough of all the stories I've said here. This is not a conventional way of teaching joins, but I'm sure with this explanation, if you now go online to look at, in fact, you know what, I'm going to stop this video now. Does anyone need any more explanation about this, or can I stop it now?
No, can you explain the last one again?
Okay.
Please.
So I said, for the last one here, right, it's a full join, right? Full outer join. What a full outer join is going to do is going to bring everything in regardless. So first of all, it's going to bring this table, which is 1 to 5. It's still going to compare. It compares 1 and it finds items for 1. It compares 2 and it finds on the other side. It compares 3 if it finds item on the other side. Then it goes to compare 4. It says the name here, it brings it in. But then it looks here for 4. It can't find anything, so it returns a null, null, null. It goes to 5. I can find Lauren here, and it goes to 5 here. It can't find 5 here. It brings a null, null, null. So I'm done with all of
So it's pretty much just writing a code to retrieve certain entities that match together, pretty much.
Say that again, sorry.
So you're pretty much just writing a statement that can retrieve and bring out information from each of the matches, basically, like each of the entities that matches each of them. So you write a code, write a statement to be able to retrieve those information, if I'm correct.
That's what we are trying to do, but there are different types of the join. That's what we're trying to explain here. So the inner join is the one that's going to bring just matching codes. The outer join is going to bring everything, whether they match or not. If they match, it brings everything in. If they don't match, it writes null. It fills it. It brings in what he has on this side, and it fills the empty spaces with null. Then once it does 1 to 5 here, it goes here, it says, I've done 1, 2, 3. I can see it here. I can't see 7, 9, and 11. So it brings in 7, 9, and 11. On this side, there's no 7, 9, and 11. So it puts a null here. And then on the other side, there's 7, 9, and 11. It fills it up with what it has on the second table. Okay. Now, of all of these 4 items, the one you're going to be using most, the 2 you're going to be using most are inner join and left join. Why? Inner join, left join is the same as right join. If you use Iffy and Philip and Iffy. So I might as well ignore one of them. Inner join is unique because, let's say I want to return a table. I want to return results of only students that are so let's say all students do 3 courses, right? I want students that do only math and physics, and every other thing exclude. So I'm going to go and compare, and I say, look, if they have maths and physics, that's the only thing you bring in. So if they have English and physics, exclude. If they have maths and geography, exclude. So there is the inner join is just going to bring in matching records. If it matches your criteria, bring it in, nothing else. A left join, we bring in everything on the left, and then on the other side, append to it the matching records. If you can't find any matching records to the other ones, it just puts a null there. Same for the right. A full join brings in every record, whether they match or they don't match. You hardly use it. Again, I can't say you hardly use. Let me know. I don't want to set you guys up for thingy. Depending on what the question is that you're being asked, you will decide. The reason why I didn't just go into code straight away is because if you have an understanding of this, when they ask you the question, you know what to go for. So I want people that are lecturers that teach in this department and this department. I know I'm going to use inner join. If I can find their name here and I can find their name here, bring it in. If they exist here and they exist here, bring it in. Don't bring, if it exists here and it doesn't exist here, don't bring it in. So just those unique people that exist on two sides, bring them in. Now, having said that, I can also use my left join as an inner join. Okay, I'm getting complicated now. So basically, oh God, help me. Should I say this now or should I just leave it? I don't want to confuse you guys. If you understand what an inner join is and a left join is, that's great. Oh, hang on 2 seconds. This is an inner join. It brings in just the matching records. A left join also brings in all the matching records. And then the ones that do not match, it nullifies them. It puts a null. It brings them in, but puts a null there. So what if I use a left join and I then use a where clause where something, that column, subject 1 is not null, and subject 2 is not null, and subject 3 is not null. So it goes there and it says, oh, okay, matching records, this is null, I'm excluding it, that's null, I'm excluding it. And what does it bring? What does it have left? Just the inner join. Okay. Does anyone understand my madness there?
Yes, you put the where clause. So,
Yes.
yeah, so the where clause says where one, that's the unique field, is not is null. So it would remove it.
Yeah, it's not needed rather.
Yes. So the left join brings in the inner join as well as null records. So I can use a where clause to ignore all the nulls and just leave in what's left. So actually, I can get away with not using an inner join by using just left join. Okay, that I don't want. The more you learn this, the more you work on this, the more you do this, you will see the leeways you have. You will see the way you can, get away with doing stuff. Again, like I said, 10 people will write the same problem in code and you won't find the same query, but they will arrive at the same result.
I a quick one. So
Yes.
I just want, yeah, before we go into the join fully. So like into the coding. So when you use like an alias for maybe a field like a column and we had, or you use an alias for a table rather, and later you're now referring to the table in a, say maybe for example you used an alias for like a field name, say maybe name, you say name as A, right? Maybe you now want to say order by, that's after you have written from the table that you're getting it from. I don't know, it keeps giving error. I don't know why it does that.
I didn't understand what you said there.
Okay, let's assume that, for example, now you did maybe you in your first code where you're selecting, maybe you select a column. You're
Give
now,
me a
you're
second.
now saying that maybe the column is
Give
name.
me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's understand this. Just before we go on, guys, I hope everyone is happy with the explanation that I've given on joins. I've taken my time to explain this to you guys because if you can't do a join, you can't do this work. If you understand the concept of join, you can go and apply for a job now. because that's the reason why you're there. The accountant can only work on Excel. They can't join tables unless you teach them. So, okay. Ayodeji, you were saying something. So this is us. Okay, I've aliased that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Now, if you now go underneath from, you now want to say order by, say order by, say now.
Order by
Can you say D? Yeah.
Okay, good
DB.
question. Good question. I did say that again the first time I showed you how to use an alias, I did say it. When you've used an alias here, remember I said to you, I can't remember whose name I was using that time. Look, Deji, do you have a nickname in secondary school?
Yeah.
What was your nickname?
Oli.
Eh?
Oli.
Ollie.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Skull?
Wait, so
Okay, hold on. Just hold on. So we are here. Now, this is Deji, Ayodeji.
yeah.
We as his friend, we know him as Ollie here, right? Now, we now go to his house. We now say, Daddy and Mommy, we are looking for Ollie. Please, 1 sec. My dad is calling. Hello, Dad. I'll call you back in a few minutes, please. I'm teaching a class now. Doesn't even say bye, just cut. You must think I'm a useless child. Okay. All right. So this is now your house. I've now come to your house and I say, look, hello, Deji's friend, we have come to your house, but we're looking for Ollie. What will your parents say?
You don't know who that is.
Exactly.
Who is that?
Who is that? Look, there was a guy that reminds me of a very bad story.
Sorry, but you already said it in that code, in the query written above. The system knows that you're talking about date of birth.
Okay, you can argue about this all you want, but the query won't answer you because you're telling it now. I want you to go and order by DB. It will tell you I don't know what DB is because it's not a part of the table. So look, this is the home of this table.
So what's not the point of using alias?
Sorry?
What's not the point of using alias when you can confuse yourself while you're coding?
You will see the reason why we're using alias. But you see all the alias you've used so far is just child's play. When you do join is when the real meaning of alias will come in. Now, the way I was taught that the compiler reads it, it starts from the bottom and it reads up.
Yeah.
That's how the compiler reads your code. So it's coming here and you're saying DB and it's saying, I don't know what DB is, so ignore it. I remember when I was in school, a stupid boy, my uncle came to visit me in school, and that boy, he had never called me that name before. It was that one day he called me Shurobata. I have never heard that name.
What does it mean?
The devil wears Prada, kind of. The devil doesn't wear shoes.
Oh my God.
It's called me a devil that day. I swear. Honestly, my uncle heard that thing, and up until tomorrow, my
family
uncle,
meeting.
it will not be that I'm a good child in school. He said, can you imagine he went home, he told all my aunts, all my uncles, my grandfather, he told everybody the name that stupid boy. So that boy is in US now. He was on Facebook 3 weeks ago. I saw him on Facebook and I called him that name back. And I said, do you remember the day you called me when we were in GSS 3? This name that you called me has inflicted a lot of pain for me and my family life. Anyway, let's forget about it. But yeah.
So did he remember?
He remembered now. Why won't you remember? He remembered.
So he reads it from below upward.
Yes. So instead of doing DB, I'm going to go and use the actual name that it's in the parents' home, what they called him, Ayodeji. So this is Ayodeji. We have come to find Ayodeji. Okay. From this family. Okay. That's fine. As long as you're here, you can call him Skull. You can call him whatever you want to call him. But once you're doing order by and stuff, you can't do that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sure you must have you hit that. You hit one of those errors when you were working, right?
Yeah, a lot of times, because me, I felt like since I now kept doing it, I felt like, why is he not accepting it?
I'm glad that you're practicing. At least now you know. If someone had not practiced it, they will be stuck on the query for hours thinking, what have I done wrong? So that's a lesson for you, which is good. Fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to start my first join now, a proper join. And I'm going to write an inner join. Now, my inner join is going to be on customers who have placed orders. Right? Fantastic. So you do know that sometimes you have customers and they mess about and they put items in their basket and they don't check out. They're still customers. And there are customers that have actually gone the way through and they've bought an item. So I want to see the customers. So these are the customers we have. We have 100,000 customers. Yeah, you can see that here. Total 100,000 records. Look at the bottom here. 100,000. Let's go into the order tables and see how many orders we've got. We've got not 1,000. We've got millions, like a million record here. Oh, come on, stop wasting time. So not all the customers on here will have placed orders. So I want to go and match those who are in our database as customers and who have placed orders. Okay, so this one, 992 records. So we had 992,000 orders. And I must tell you, these are the kind of things you did. So today, one of the work I did at work today, some of the clients, some of the customers, they come in through paid adverts on Google and all of that. And then the company that does the advertisements, they send us a spreadsheet of the people that have clicked on their system, put their phone numbers down, put their whatever down, and they've sent us that. My job was then to go and take this data and connect it to our own database and see if any of those ones that went on the advert have actually been converted into clients. That's an inner join. Again, I could use a left join if I wanted and use a where clause, or I could just use a left join and decide to do whatever I want to do with it. Basically, I'm trying to say you've got flexibility. Okay, so this is it now. Now, notice one of the things I'm going to check first is this. The two tables must have a unique record that identifies customer. Did we talk about primary key and foreign key before? Did we talk about it? We did, didn't we?
No.
No, fantastic. Okay, so this is the time to talk about primary key and foreign key. So, was it Ife or was it Sonia? I can't remember who asked that question and said, so there has to be a unique ID for us to do our joins on, for us to compare. I can't remember who made that question.
It was Sonia.
It was Sonia, right? Sonia, you said that there has to be a unique record for us to compare. See, those records that we're comparing, they're called keys, primary key or a foreign key. And I'll explain what that means. Now, for every table created, right? For every table, there has to be a primary key in the table. And the concept of primary key and foreign key will come out in your interview, right? Every interview I've been to, they'll ask you about foreign key and primary key. Why? Because if you don't know primary key and foreign key, you can't do a join. If you can't do a join, you can't do the work. Okay? So I'm going to open these tables to you one after the other. Look at calendar, columns, just dates. Okay? Keep that one. Categories, column, category ID. There has to be an ID for every item in your table. For example, we are students in my class, right? In a proper Pascal, all of you will be given a badge or an ID card with your unique school ID. Okay, so if you go and look at your unique badges, you have a unique number. Okay, I can still remember my own from university, even though I graduated 2005. Anyway, it's your unique code, your unique number, right? And that is the number that identifies you. Okay, and the way I've said it, if you go and look at the definition of primary key, a primary key is a unique identifier in a table. That's all it is. Primary key. Boom. Primary key. SQL. What's a primary key? Is a key constraint, unique. It uniquely identifies each record in a table. It must contain unique values, and it cannot be null. Okay. The primary key in SQL is singular, a group of fields. Okay, group of fields. Let's ignore that group of fields for now. That uniquely identify a record or a row in a table. So if I have Sonia's name here, Sonia's name has to be that ID, and nobody else has got that. So if I go to another table and I come here in order and I see that number, I know straight away that order belongs to Sonia. Okay, so a primary key is a unique identifier in a table of a record. If I have 1,000 students, I'm going to have number 1 to 1,000. So Sonia cannot be number 9 today and become number 6 tomorrow. No, anywhere through the whole department of the school for the next 10 years to come, number 10, number 9 is Sonia.
So this is just for tables that have a relationship, right?
Most tables will have a relationship. 99% of them will have a relationship. Now, I understand what you're trying to say. For example, look, there is a relationship between orders and customers. Where's customers? Customer ID, customer ID. However, if we go to order details, there is no relationship between customers and order details. Yeah? If that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, that's what I'm going.
Hang on. Ayodeji, when you were in secondary school that time and you wanted to toast a girl and you didn't know how to get to her, you didn't have a number or anything, you had to go through your friend, right? And you told your friend to set the stage for you, right? It's still allowed here as well. So this is you, Ayodeji. This is the girl you want, but then you don't have details. So you've said, you know what? I want you, my friend, look, you know we are connected on this customer ID. But I know that within you, you also have the number to this girl. So I'll connect to you. You then connect to this girl for me. And then we'll match up.
Okay, but in this case now, what is
you're jumping the gun, but go on.
Okay, then continue, don't worry then.
No, go on, ask your question.
But I want to say in this case now, then you have more than one primary key.
Okay, we've not even finished. Okay, I don't want to confuse primary keys yet. Please just hold on. There's also foreign key. Let me finish all of that first, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, make it like a bit simpler. I was thinking about like people's reg, the car reg, like see how everyone's got different reg and obviously different cars and different colors. I think that'll probably be easier to understand.
Okay, so I should have. Okay, I'll use car reg then. Thank you very much. Okay, so car reg. What example can I do with car reg? Okay, a car reg has got unique number. It only belongs to you. Oh, by the way, there are people that so you may be having your own car here in England, and someone is driving the same type of car, the same reg in Scotland. I've seen it before. Dodgy people do that. A friend of mine got a ticket and he said, listen, I've not been to Coventry. Why should I get a ticket in Coventry? So he rang the police, and the police said, "Oh, well, he has to pay the fine." He said, "No, he's not paying the fine because he didn't drive." So they asked him, "Where's your car at the moment?" He said, "It's right in front of my house right now." So they went to check their ANPR camera instantly, and they found the car still driving in Coventry, and they knew they had a case. They sent the picture. Luckily, I've seen my friend's car. His own car had fog lights. The one the other guy was driving does not have a fog light. Same number. Okay, anyway, beside the point. So your primary key is a number that belongs to your bank account number, is just you. That's it. Only you has it. You've got it. So if you open a credit card today in the same bank, they will still give you your unique ID and say, "You see that customer 110? This is this credit card. If you decide to get a mortgage tomorrow, customer 110, that's the mortgage." So that unique number is what follows you through every table they connect your name to. And when they want to see all the products you have, all they have to do is to join all the tables together using that ID, and it brings all your records out in one go. Okay, let's not diverge from the point here. So a primary key is a key that uniquely identifies every record in a table. For example, this customer, that's the number. That one, that's the number. This customer, that's the number, and so on. Now, note, there is a customer ID here, but there's also a customer ID in a different table. This is a customer table, so customer ID in there makes sense as a primary key. This is an order table. Customer ID here is a foreign entity here. It is only put here because we will need to join this table to another table for the future reference. So here it's a foreign key. The primary key for order table is the order ID. Employee will have employee ID, primary key. But if I go to another table and go and find employee ID, is going to be a foreign key. So a foreign key is just a primary key in another table. Let's look at the definition of a foreign key. Foreign key, SQL. The foreign key is one table that refers to the primary key, is a field that refers to a primary key in another table. Now, remember I said the reason why we're doing this is because due to normalization, we've split everything. It's just like someone has a child, they can't look after their child or whatever. They say, "I'm going to put you in Mr. A's house, and then I'm going to put a mark behind your ears. I'm going to put you in Mr. B's house, and I'm going to put a mark behind your ears. I'm going to put you in Mr. C's house, put a mark, and I'm going to keep the last one to myself and put a mark behind the house." You see that child that is in your own house, that's your primary key. The ones in the other houses, they are foreign keys. They will still connect based on the fact that one day they're going to meet outside and say, "Oh, you have that here and I have that here, that mark. Okay, so it looks like I'm doing Nollywood now or Hollywood movie case. Let me stop it." But anyway, you get the point. Foreign key, primary key. Now, if I want to join this table here, this customer table to the
But
other
isn't that
table,
more of a sorry to cut you off, isn't that more of like a duplications, or you're trying to single them out? Because if you're telling me, sorry, come again?
Go on. So duplication, how do you mean?
Because you're saying, so if we come to each of the stables, see how you've got the DBO customs and they've got ID, and you come to another table and they've got ID. So each of those IDs is more of you're pretty much giving them tagging them, like giving them like a tag, but you can combine them like on the same set. I don't know if I'm confusing myself.
This is the problem I get when I use so many random examples. So if what you're saying is, if I'm getting what you're saying, why do we have a customer ID here and then have that same customer ID? Isn't that like a duplicate, right?
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's different informations. But
No, it is the same information. Note, this table just contains everything about customer.
mhm.
This one contains what the customer has actually come to do.
Okay.
So you, I don't know where you shop. Is it Ann Summers or Next? Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Next or something. I don't know. Next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
So your name is on the Next database because you've shopped there in the past. Whatever. This is you. Your name is here.
Mhm.
However, today you've made an order. You've bought shoes, you've bought clothes, you've bought bags. Tomorrow you've bought items. Say you bought an order. You've bought some items as well, sunglasses, hat, whatever. The next day you've bought bathing suits, whatever, swimming suits, whatever. Now we only get to record your name here once because that's it. However, here, every time you come to buy something from us, there is a line that's written here. Customer 110 bought bathing suits today, and then bought shoes tomorrow, and then bought items tomorrow. But this table does not contain your name, your surname. So think about it. That table could have this other table normally, without normalization, would have your number, your name, your address, what you bought, and then the second one, your name, your number, your address, what you bought, name, address, number, what you bought. If you bought 10 items today, we record it 10 times with all the full information. However, because of normalization, we say, you know what? We're going to keep the name here recorded just once. And in a foreign table, we're just going to be representing you with your number here. So instead of writing your name, number, what you bought here, we just represent you here with a key. That's it. That's you. And these are the things you've bought. Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So in a sense, it may look, if you made 10 orders, yes, your name is going to be, if you made 10 orders at different times, yes, your name will appear 10 times. Your key, your unique number will appear 10 times, but then your name is not recorded 10 times. Only the order. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, let us hold on for now, please. When I tie everything together, it's going to make sense. So these are the customers. You know what? I might as well just take everything here off and do a star. Select star, which is not good. But you can see that for the customer tables, these are the columns we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, now I want to join a table. And I know that I am only looking for customers that have made orders. So if you look at your set theory, your 2 circles, I've got some names on this side. I've got orders on the other side. I want to find the middle, the people that have connected the dots, those people that appear on this side and that side only. And that's an inner join. 1 sec, please. Claudia, please let me call you back, please. I'm teaching a class now. Call you back, please. Thank you. Okay, so I know it's going to be an inner join, and I write it like that. Inner join, the name of the table, which is the database name. Oops. Dot the name of the table. Orders. The orders. Yeah.
Do we have to keep writing the name of the database when it's up in the corner?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to, but best practice, please.
Okay.
No, it won't cost you anything else to do it. Okay. Then I have said select everything from this table, then inner join it with this table. Now this is now where what Sonia said earlier on And what you said earlier on is going to come on. And I'll say on dbo.orders on customer ID dot dbo dot what is wrong with you? Dot customer ID is equal to dbo dot customers dot customer ID. Now this is rough. I will sort it out in a minute. What have I done here? I have said select everything from this table, join this table, join them on this table dot this key is equal to the other table dot this key. And what key is this? The primary key and the foreign key. Can you see it's the same? So I've said, I want you to go and compare this customer ID inside this table. It should be the same as this customer ID inside this. This is what I want you to join them on. Does it make any sense?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to rewrite this in a better way. And the reason why I did it this way is because someone talked about alias. Now let's bring alias into it. Can you see all of these things I've written? I didn't need to rewrite them again, if only I alias. So I'm going to say alias this table as customer.
Please, before you do that, can you show us again where the tables are in the actual list?
So this one is in customers. This one is in orders. Okay, so I've said alias this table as C, alias this other table as O. So when I go to rewrite this now, I'm just going to say, you know what? Join me this table, and I join it to this one on, if you go to the customer table called C, inside it you'll find a column called customer ID. It must match if you go into order table called O and you find a column called customer ID, both of them must match. And that's it, we're done.
Why is he going to read this one? And
Sorry?
why is he going to read this?
Why is it easy to read this?
Why is the program going to read this and not, if you understand, the other way around?
I don't understand.
Like, okay,
Oh,
he's reading the C and O in this case.
yes. The one I wrote before too would have worked. What I did was, instead of repeating to write the name of this table here.
Yes, I know. You know, now we have used alias.
Okay, okay.
That's what
Okay.
I'm asking.
Okay, I don't know. You have to go and ask Microsoft that one. I'm not the one that wrote the program. I'm not the one that compiled it, okay? The program is just helping me to feed my family. And I'm happy to know. That's all I'm happy to know. Okay? So if you want to go and find out why, I'll tell you to take it up with Microsoft. Okay? Okay. So let's come back to these guys. Guys, I sincerely hope that you guys are getting this. So I'll say that syntax again. I'm selecting everything from this table. And instead of repeating, I've aliased this table as this, because if I didn't alias it, I would have needed to rewrite it out here. And rewriting all of this out here can be cumbersome. So I've just say alias it at C. And then I've proceeded to say inner join it to another table, which I alias at O as O. Then I say, listen, if you go and compare these two tables, they've got a matching column that I want you to compare on. In that case, I've said on that table, and that's the column dot the column is equal, is equal to the other table dot the column, and that's it. If you're going to join 1,500 tables, it is the same format. another one inner join that table on this column dot this table dot column equal to that table dot column. Inner join, left join, the same format. If you can write one join, you can write 1,000,001 joins. Now, I've said that now. I am now going to tidy up this query. I've written that. Remember, in this column in this table we had 100,000. In the other table we had only 992,000. So I've said only the customers that have proceeded to make an order, bring them back. Let's see how many records it's going to bring in. Come on. Okay, so it's brought in 982. 982. Yeah. So you see, it has removed the ones that were not there. Only the remaining ones it has brought and their orders. Now, remember that customer table had only 13 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Look out. When I joined it to another table, it has appended the other columns to it. See? This is the details from the other table. Now, all the time, I'm not going to need all of this. So let's proceed to now start picking out the columns we want. So I want customer ID. If I pick customer ID, this is going to kick off. Does anyone know why? There's customer ID here. There's customer ID here. So I need to differentiate which of the customer IDs do I want to bring. Even though they are the same, I still need to say, look, I prefer you to bring the ones from the customer table. So I'm going to write C dot customer ID. If I wanted to bring the one from the other side, I'll say, comma, O dot customer ID. So I've separated them. Bring the customer ID from the customer table or the customer ID from the other table. Now, again, if I had not aliased this as C, I would have had to rewrite all of this in here.
But wait, Ayo, this thing is working again. This alias is working in this place again.
Yes, because I'm aliasing a table, not a column.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah? I alias a table in the name of a table, not the name of a column. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. When we start writing cities and stuff, you see that even city comes with an alias anyway, with CTA as whatever, and then you get to use the name of it. Anyway, let's proceed. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the company name. I'm going to bring in the contact name. I'm going to bring in the address. I'm going to bring in the city. I'm going to bring in the postal code. I'm going to bring in the country. Oopsie, country. So there are 2 countries there. It's going to kick off. Okay, so these are the columns from this guy here. Let's go and look at the order ID. I'm going to bring in the order ID. Let me separate this with a comma. Order ID. I'm going to bring in the order date. I'm going to bring in the, what else do I need? Return flag. I bring in the return flag. No, let's bring in the channel where the order was made. Let's bring in the staff ID. Okay, now notice, now that I've joined them, I can now see a full picture, but not the rest of the picture. I can see this customer made an order. This is the contact name. That's their address. This is their order ID. This is the employee ID. Okay, let me bring an employee ID here. Not because I need it, I really don't need IDs here, but because I'm going to be using it for further illustrations. Okay, I have seen their order date. Remember at first, when I only had one table, I couldn't see all these details. Now I have seen the date they made that order, the days required, the ship date, how they are shipping it, the ship name, blah, 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 and the ship country. Okay, we've not done that. Now, just to make matters easy, both of them have country. This is going to kick off now. This query is going to kick off. Oh, it's run, which is fantastic because there's country here, there's country there. Normally, I would advise people, whenever you're writing your code, try to put an alias in front of your columns. Sorry, try to put the name of the table, which we've aliased, in front of your column, so you know which table you've picked out those data from, just in case something fails. So what I've done here now is I've differentiated. I've said, look, all of these columns come from the country table, customer table, all of this
Hey,
was
how
come
did
from.
you go up like that?
How did I do it like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so come to the back of it, and then you do Shift Alt, and you can go up and down, and you can make all the changes in one go. Again, remember I told you guys, when you write your code, try to write it in a straight line like this.
Yeah.
Now, so if I didn't write it in a straight line, there is no way I could have done this and made changes easily, right?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to get rid of all these O's, now I can just do it in one go and it does it for me. If I want to put it back in one go, it does it for me. See? But if I had written that like this, as some people will write it, and comma, and comma, and comma, and comma, and some people will write all of these in one line. If there is an error, or if they have to make changes to everything, they can't do it. So you see how those little tricks I was teaching us from the start, they're now coming in handy. Now I'm going to run this code. Now we have a much more smaller table. Now I've pulled out what I need from those two tables. Look, customer ID, of which I need only one of them, to be fair. So I'll take that out. I've got the company name, the contact address, the city they've come from, their country, their order ID, the dates they ordered, how did they order, the staff ID, and the employee ID. Okay, now I want to know the employee that actually served them on that day. What do you think I'm going to do here? I'm going to go and join all of these to the employee table. Because in the employee table is where I'm going to find all the details of our employee.
Yeah.
See? So
Sorry,
now,
why is it not showing the C and the O at the top as an alias anyway?
what do you mean?
I thought it was gonna. How do you know it's from either tables?
So you know when I wrote this table,
Yes.
I aliased this table completely as a C.
How did you do that?
So
this table, as far as this code is concerned, we've now changed the name to C. The other table, we've changed the name to O. So I have said, you see this customer ID, it needs to come from the table called C.
So then how did you change it, like the name? How did you tag it? How did you tag the table? See, I think that's what she's asking.
No, I'm trying to say is in our, as we run the query now in our results, it's not showing any C or any O anywhere.
No. In your result, it won't show. So this one is for you. This is for you writing the code. Here, you don't need to know where it's come from here anymore. You're just interested in the result, right?
I think
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I get what you're saying. You're looking at it, you're trying to say C dot something here, C dot something here.
I was looking for how can I identify it down there.
What this does is it just says, look, there's so many countries in these two tables. There's customer name in the two tables. Which one do you want? Which of the tables do you want me to use? So I've specified here, use these tables. But when it brings out the result, it doesn't matter which table. It just writes the name.
Yeah, I get that, but you know how you said C and O? How did you tag those C's to the table? Did you just write it, or like is there any way you formulate the C onto the table?
I didn't get that.
So you see how you differentiated with the C and O, right? So my
Yeah.
point is, we write in the code for us to obviously identify, you know, what section we're talking about, right? Which obviously you tagged it as C and O. So my point is, how did you tag the C and O on the table? How would it
You
obviously
mean on the
database
result?
retrieve? How would they know that you're talking about C and
You
go
mean
to C?
you
Yeah,
mean
like
in the result set?
yeah, obviously you writing a code C. How do database know that you were given this table C?
Wait, okay. From getting you right, you're asking that this result set, how do we know which one is O or C here? Right?
Yeah, because you've tagged it as C column customer CO, right? That's fine. But how did you tag the C and O on each of the table? Did you create it? I don't know.
I think what she's asking is how you type the stuff. It was what I was saying. I was asking how you use the shift and the alt.
You mean how did I put this? No, I don't think that's what she's asking. You
Okay,
mean,
see how say in maths, right? You say
okay,
X is equals to 6.
I'm gonna take all of this away, right? Let's take this away. You see all of these columns, they either come from this table or this table. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I run this code now, it's going to kick off. Why? It says it's ambiguous. Why? Because customer ID is in this table, it's also in this table. So you need to specify which table you want me to go and use. It's just like Ify, there are two Ifys in the class, and I say, Ify, stand up. Both of you are going to stand up, but actually need one Ify. And then both of you are going to be looking at me and saying, duh, which one of us? That's exactly what this is saying. So I would go here and say, you know what? I want the Ify from customer table. But instead of typing all of this by saying boom IT trading .dbo .customer .customer ID, which is the name of the column, I have decided to say, rather than typing all of this, yeah, rather than writing all of this, I'm going to just alias this as a C. So I've aliased this table as a C. Otherwise, if I didn't write this alias here, I'm going to have to be writing it like this all the time. So for
It's pretty much like calculating.
a shorthand way of just making your code, write your code faster.
Okay, so you just tagged it, you just gave it a C on
Yeah.
the formula basically. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So if I didn't alias it here, I have to type all of this before this, all of that before this, all of that before this. But look, I know that's going to take me a considerable amount of time to start typing that. So I'm just going to say as C. So instead of typing this all the time, I'm just going to say, look, C represents me, and I'm done. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I also know that the rest of these columns come from C. So I might as well just put my C here. And I know the other ones from here come from O. So I'm going to just put my O here. So these columns were taken from this table, and these ones were taken from that table. And if I run it, I get my result. Now, like I said, we've got the customer, we've got their order ID. We don't even know what their order are. What did they order? So we're going to need the order details. But first of all, let's go and find the employee that served them, because we already have employee ID here. Remember that the thing that links two tables together are the IDs, the primary key and the foreign key. So the old concept of join, the old concept of normalization, and everything we've talked about relies on the fact that two tables can be joined on a unique key. Okay, so I can create a table and just give it a unique key. Create another table, give it a matching unique key. Once those two match together, I can join the two together, which is what I'm going to do here. So this is the first join I'm doing. I'm going to keep this one here at the bottom. What people normally do when they write their on is they tab it in. Okay, so that just in case you're writing 24 joins and you do not know, you want to know where it has gone wrong, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to say inner join again. Another question is, someone might ask, hang on, when I'm doing this, my on, should I have put O.customer first before C? It doesn't matter which one comes first. You can flip it around. O.customer ID equal to C.customer ID, or the other way around. Anything goes, it's fine. So now I'm going to go to Boom IT Trading, inner join Boom IT Trading, .dbo, .employees. And I'm going to quickly alias it as E. Inner join Boom IT Trading. Yep. .dbo E. Then I'm going to say on E dot employee ID is equal to, which of these tables have got employee ID? This one here. Because customers doesn't have it, others have it. So I go to order, which is O dot employee ID. And now I've created the link between this guy and that. Now note that these customers did not have a direct link to employees before. But look, I have gone the roundabout way, connecting to others and then connecting to employees. Now I can join them together. Right? Okay. So now that I've got those joins sorted, now I've created this join, I can then go here and say, listen, in the employee table, E dot, I can get the employee first name plus, you know why I'm doing this? Because I don't want to concatenate it, plus E dot employee last name. What else can I find from employee table that would interest us?
The date of birth.
Why would you need the employee date of birth? Okay, all right, let's just bring it. Okay. Just imagine the customer comes to your store
Maybe the region.
and ask for the date of birth. Would you give it to them?
Maybe the region.
The region, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. E dot region.
And you can also put the city too.
How about we find the people they report to? Just in case they've been rude to us. Reports to. Okay, so I'm going to.
Sorry. Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, how many employee table did we have?
What do you mean? How many? We only have one employee table.
But you have the code saying E to E.
What do you mean E to E?
Line 25.
Line 45.
25.
Yeah. So I'm saying go to employee table, find employee ID, match it to the other table, and the employee ID in the other table. Can you see this is other table, this is employee table.
Mm-hmm. So how many joins have we done here? Like
this is 2 joins.
Where is the other table, please, for employee?
Okay. So Olamide, you've not been following. Are you the same Olamide, or should we look for another?
It's not same Olamide.
Is the same Olamide. So you have portable with you there, Abi?
Not Olamide.
Okay. So here, this is the first table we started with, right?
Yeah.
We joined it to this guy. And we joined it on the basis that inside the customer table, there's a customer ID that should match the other table on customer ID. We've joined that.
Yeah.
Now we want to know the employee information. And now we've come here to say, you know what? Join it again to the employee table.
Hmm?
Join it on the basis,
Sorry.
join it on the basis that in the employee table, there's an employee ID which should match the employee table, employee column in the other table. Does it make sense now, Lamide?
Yes, thank you.
Fantastic. So we've joined that. Let me say employee name here. Employee name. Employee name. Okay. So now we know. So now actually I've done the employee ID. I really don't need the ID anymore, because if I call your company now and I say I'm looking for number 20, they'll think you're crazy. Okay. So we don't need the ID. Listen, guys. Most of the time, when you use IDs, what you use them for are just your joins. You don't need to put them in your report. With the exception, okay, maybe the customer ID is something someone may need, or the other ID. These are important facts, important details. Okay, but employee ID, I really don't need it. Well, maybe on the internal report or something, you want to do it. But anyway, let me not go there. Okay, so now we've got the information on this employee. So let's say Jesse Atkins was rude to our customer, Quitanex.
Sorry,
So
can I just ask a quick question? Could you
yes,
join employee ID on staff ID?
you could, if you know that they are the same. It's talking about the same. I don't know if I've got staff, so I don't have any staff table here, staff column here, staff table. Okay, so no, wait, there's staff here. So I'll rather join staff to staff. In fact, you know what? Let's do it. So inner join, boom IT, trading, .dbo.staff. So I will be very careful when I'm joining. The columns must match. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some times where the column names don't match, but they are the same. So in this table, Ify can be called Ify. On the other table, she could be called Ifyoma. But we know that they are the same, so I'm going to join them together. Fantastic. Okay, so now I'm saying, now I want to join another table called the Boom IT staff on the basis that B.staff ID is the same as what we find in the employee table, E.staff ID. Nope, sorry. Order O.staff ID. Then I can come here and say, give me the staff full name. So this is B. So I'm referencing the table, B dot full name. Fact, B dot email address as well. And if I have built this database properly, it should be the same, but it's not the same. So staff ID and employee should be the same. But again, don't worry. Okay. So ignore that. So there's an employee name here and there's a staff name, different ones. Yeah.
If they are not the same, won't we be, since we are using inner join, won't some file be some row be missing?
It would miss. That's no, it wouldn't miss. No. It wouldn't miss. Some rows have dropped off. Why? Because there are some others that do not have staff ID associated with them. But as long as there's staff ID in this table and in the other one, it will bring them in.
But what if they are not the same? That you get what I mean? Like if it's not the same names, it's the name that is comparing, not.
But they are the same names.
Not that is the field name, not the.
So we are comparing on these names, and as far as that's concerned, it's going to compare those two names and it's brought them in.
Okay, so how to now we are going back to your concept of join. So in your concept of join, what you were explaining, we had student identity and we are doing inner join. So we are looking for under student identity. If you are joining it, that's the inner join. That means if you have 1 to 10 on the left, if you have 1 to 10 on the left and you have 1 to 20 on the right, that means the inner join will only bring 1 to 10.
Yes.
So now, if you are saying in this place, staff ID and staff ID are not the same, like everything is not the same.
No, don't get me wrong. What I was saying is not the same, but staff ID is not the same as employee ID.
Okay.
No. Staff ID is the same as staff ID on both tables, but staff ID is not the same as employee ID.
Okay.
So if you see, this is the employee name and this is the staff name.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is this, that unless, I don't know what I was thinking when this was created. So these employees, either they are the employee of that company that is buying from us or our company. But if they are our company, it should be the same as this name. But
Yes.
again, I've done something wrong, so ignore that. I didn't even want to bring staff into it until someone said something about staff. So anyway, but the concept is for us to understand the join.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So the way to decide what join you want is just for you to write inner join. So if you wanted a left join, we'll just take inner join off and put left join.
If it's a left join, you put left here. If it's a full join, you put a full outer join here. If it's a right join, you write a right join here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do something else. Let's find out. So now we know the name of the customers. We know their city and address. We know the order dates. We know how they came to us. I don't need staff ID anymore. I've got the staff name. We know the employee name. We know the full name of the staff. We know the email address of the staff. We know the birth date of the employee, and so on, and their region. Okay. We can find out who the employee reports to, and we can also find out their actual order. So only what we have here is order ID. Aren't we interested in finding the actual order they ordered? Let's go and find that. Go on. Can I go on? Mark, someone is talking in your background. Are you asking a question? Okay. All right. So let's go and find their order. So I'll go inner join. But let's do a left join this time. Left join. Almighty trading. DBO dot order details. Order details. Let's see the other order details. I know I made some mistake when I was creating this. I'm making a difference. Okay. And I'm going to call this OD. And I'm going to say on OD dot order ID equal to O dot order ID, because they're matching columns. Then I come here to say, okay, what are the items? So in there, I've got the product ID. Again, this is leading us in the merry-go-round, because inside the order details is only giving us product ID, the unit cost and the unit price and the quantity. Well, let's follow the merry-go-round as well until we get the name of the product. We'll keep going. So we go here.
Is the product not in that
there's a product table. There's a product table.
Yeah.
There is a product table.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now we go OD dot product ID, OD dot unit cost, OD dot unit price. Now, someone may ask, hang on, Ayo, does it mean so for example, now what I was looking for before was product name, but I realized that the product name is not even in the order details. is in another table. So I have to go through this table to get to this table. Now, the question is, so because I'm going through the other details table, do I need to bring out the columns of the other details table? No, I don't. I can just do my join here for my connection. And then after this one, connect this to the product table and bypass the names of the columns of the other details and just bring in my product details from the product table. So just because I've joined a table doesn't mean I need to bring out a name from the column, a name of column from that table. Okay, so just because I have joined the table, so sometimes I write a join because my destination table, I do not have access to it directly. I have to go through another table, join to another table, because it's that other table that's got a matching column to that destination table. So I want to get to Ayodeji now. I don't have his number. I have to go through Busayo. So I say, Busayo, you know what? I need to get to Ayo. Okay. Give me his number. Okay. Busayo says, oh, we are not friends. I hate you. But because you need Ayo's number, I'm going to give you Ayo's number. And when you get Ayo's number, you don't have to talk to me. Bye. And I get Ayo's number. So I do not need to say, oh, this is Busayo. No, I've got the number. So basically, I can skip. I can join the table and not bring out the names. Okay, I'm going to take a pause here. Busayo is here. Busayo, how are we doing today?
I'm fine.
Was it you that said you've done this course before?
No, it's Mary. No, me.
It's Mary.
Yeah, it's Mary.
And Mary is not here today.
Mary is not.
Mary is at Uwambe.
Okay, Mr. Taiwo, Mr. Taiwo is your teacher in what's it called?
Tableau.
Mr. Taiwo, how are we doing? I hope I'm not giving them a lot of fallacies today.
No, Mr. Tai is not here now.
Who is Taiwo?
I'm not their teacher.
He's not,
I'm also a student.
Mr. Tai is
Okay. I thought it was Mr. Tai. Okay. I was just checking. So I don't want someone to say I've given you people a lot of stories. So anyway, let's crack on. So I've got this now. I've got the product ID. Again, if I scroll to the bottom here, you can see it's brought the product, but this product ID does not help me to build a report. It doesn't help me. If you go and do your report on Excel now or Tableau and you bring in column ID, product ID, they're going to be asking you, what does that mean? So you have to go and create another key to say product 99 means cocoa, product 19 means fish. It doesn't make any sense. So then I need to join that table again and say left join. My joins are getting out of thinking now. Left join. Who might it trading?
Give me.
Dot. And
this can get very confusing though.
No, it shouldn't. See, exactly what I did on the first one is what I'm doing here. So like I said, if you can do this one, you can do it a million times. It's the same process. It's just a repetition now. So I'm joining another table now. Yeah. On P dot product ID equal to which table did we join before that had the product ID? It was the other details. So I'm going to go, oh, other details is the one that has product ID. So I'm going to go OD dot product ID. And now that I've got that, I can go to product now and look at the column and see how it shows us. Product name, fantastic. So now I can come here and put P dot product name. Oops, not ID. Product name. Now, do I still need the product ID? Absolutely not. I don't need ID. I've got the name of it. So again, now I can actually see the unit price and the unit. Okay, maybe not the unit cost and stuff. If it's discontinued and all of that. Okay, let's say now that I need to go and get the suppliers as well. The suppliers that supply us these items. So I need to go from here now. I have to join another table called suppliers, which is this, on P.supplier ID equal to S.supplier ID, and so on, and so on, and so on. Do we understand that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I don't need this unit price and unit cost to be, well, let me just leave it there, just in case. Okay. If I bring it there now, I can see, oh, look at the product name. Star beer. Can you imagine? Okay. Let me bring that to the forefront here. Shouldn't be at the back here because this customer, I don't even need customer ID again, to be fair. Okay, let's say we need customer ID. This is the product that they bought. Okay. Now, we said we wanted to find out the person that the employee reports to. And that would be staff as well. So that should be, so actually what I should have done here is to do that. Okay, let me not confuse this. So this staff here should have been on the report to. So we'll have found out who they report to. Anyway, so here it is. We've got our query. As you can see, all of these items were spread in different tables. They were spread into different tables, but with the help of our join, we were able to bring details from all different tables into one. And now we're building a picture.
Yeah.
Do we understand what we have done so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to stop join here. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to do join again one more time. I don't feel like I've nailed this. I don't have that feeling within me. I know you guys have got it and you can. But I'm not convinced everyone is happy.
Ayo. So
Yes.
before you go, I want to ask a question. Like so some of the things that used to happen, like maybe because I see that this is like a sales directory. So sometimes maybe for example I change my location now and my address changes in the what do you call it, in the order, but the name is the same, right? So how do I make those changes to the table? We didn't
Say that again.
like for example now we have customer ID in the order. Now if my address change, right, will it go automatically to their to the to the customer's address? Will it change automatically there, or it would or someone has to correct it?
So normally in a proper table, let me see. AdventureWorks might have it. So when you have address, there's always address history. And so it's not, so all of these things, your company should have what they call like an ERP. So any customer that changes address and we can find it in the system, it just changes. So look, this is address. There should be another table called address history. So if you've changed your address like 10 times, it will just save it. The new current address, okay, so take for example, you've gone to shop on eBay.
Yeah.
Right? And you said eBay, I used to live in number 1 Buckingham Palace before. And now God has promoted you. You now live in number 1 White House Palace, whatever. Okay. Now they just don't go and change it and discard the old.
Okay.
They take note of it, and automatically when you've done it, when the data warehouse job runs in the night, it brings in a new address for you.
Okay.
When it brings in the new address onto the system, because there's a job, there's an exercise. So you see all these things that Tesco is doing, right? And they're selling and selling and selling. There's actually another process that is running. And what that job will do, like SSIS, right? Depending on the tools, it will go and run in the background and say, go and run all these things that I've done, bring it back and come and dump it in our data warehouse. Yeah. So when that job runs and it detects a new address, it flags it. Address has changed. The previous address, it pushes it into address history, and then the new address is what you're using. So that has nothing to do with you and your code. at all. If you're having to change address here manually, your company is not a good company. Run away from them. They'll put you in trouble. They will.
Okay. I just
Okay.
wanted to know because I just wanted to find out.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, I'm gonna start asking so far. Ayo, how do you feel about join so far?
But I kind of get it because I kind of understand it from Tableau, so
Okay.
I kind of get the concept.
Out of 10.
Yeah, I would say 10, but I need to practice, because
Cool.
I have to keep practicing.
Mark, out of 10.
8.
Ayo Alonge, out of 10. Ayo is cooking beans. Okay. Busayo, out of 10.
For me, I'll say 6. But I think with practice, I understand what we did today. But I
I'll
need
take
to
6.
practice it
I'll
as
take
well.
6. Thank you. Well done. I'll take 6. Sonia.
I'm going to say
8. 8. Fantastic. Edison, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Is it Edison? Sorry? Edisana. Edisana? She's cooking beans. Ify, out of 10.
25.
Ify, I'll vex for
You used to ask a lot of questions.
Ify, I'll vex for you.
If
And
I
you
go
explained-
over it again, if I
explained
watch
it
a
in
video
detail.
again, I'll be okay.
Ify, 5.
Okay,
If the-
5.5.
the lawyer,
You don't want me to have a good weekend. Ify. Okay.
Please, can you scroll down to the last language you wrote, the last code you wrote? Yeah, it's okay.
Ola, out of 10. Nice cooking beans too.
Yeah, 6.
6. I'll take 6. Olamide.
6.
Okay, that's Olamide. Are you the one logged in as Olamide as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Ayo Alonge. Are you there? It's not there. Okay. All right, guys. Please, can I say to you, if you've understood, oh, Ayo Alonge is at work. Okay. Sorry, I've just seen your message.